Imagine a world where traditional work no longer exists, not because we've gotten lazy, but because robots and artificial intelligence can do everything for us. Sounds like sci-fi. In reality, we're already starting to live in that world. Robotic arms assemble cars faster than humans. Chatbots handle customer service. Artificial intelligence writes articles, creates music and codes. And self-driving cars? They're already being tested in cities without drivers. Yes, change has always been part of history, but never this fast. In the past, machines replaced muscle. Today, they're replacing thinking. And worse, they learn on their own. What they can't do today, they'll master tomorrow. Factory workers? Their jobs are being taken over by machines. Drivers? Autonomous trucks are already hitting the road. Accountants, lawyers, journalists? AI can analyze data and write content. Even doctors aren't safe. Algorithms now detect cancer faster than humans. When work disappears, it's not just money that's lost. We lose meaning, identity, the rhythm of everyday life. When someone asks, "What do you do?" most people answer, "I'm a profession." Without work, who are we? Of course, every technological revolution brings new jobs. Someone will need to train AI, manage robots, develop new systems. But not everyone can retrain, and certainly not all at once. Most of these new jobs require high-level skills. But what happens to people who've spent their lives working with their hands? They won't learn to code in a weekend, and that's a reality we're not ready for. That's why more and more people are talking about Universal Basic Income, UBI. The idea is simple. The government would send everyone a fixed monthly amount, no strings attached. Whether you work, are unemployed, or stay at home, you still get paid. The goal? To make sure no one lives in fear of losing their home, going hungry, or lacking medicine. Everyone would have basic financial security. Imagine getting $2,000 each month, automatically, no forms, no bureaucracy, enough to cover your essential needs. Food, rent, electricity, public transport, internet. Not a luxury lifestyle, but you wouldn't be homeless either. So how would life look in a world like that? You wake up in the morning, not because of a 6 a.m. alarm, but because you want to. Your job doesn't define your worth. It's a choice, not a burden. Maybe you help out at a community center. Maybe you finally start writing that book you've dreamed about. Maybe you take care of aging parents, learn a new skill, or spend more time with your kids. Work wouldn't disappear, but its meaning would change. It would become something that brings you value, not just to the economy. But who would pay for all this? One option is a robot tax, a fee that companies pay when they replace workers with machines. If a business saves millions by firing people and installing robots, some of that money could go back to society, into a fund that pays for UBI. Another option is taxing large tech corporations. Companies like Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla. They generate massive profits thanks to AI and automation. If they benefit from replacing human labor, they should help support the system. Other ideas include carbon taxes, digital services taxes, or higher capital gains taxes. All of these could feed into a system that maintains social stability in a post-work era. But even if we can fund it, a bigger question remains. How would people behave if they didn't have to work? Would we become lazy, addicted to entertainment, stuck in comfort? Or would we be free to create, explore, help others? Tests from around the world offer mixed results. In Finland, UBI recipients reported lower stress, more happiness, and stronger family bonds. Some started small businesses because they weren't afraid of failing anymore. Others remained passive. The truth will only become clear once it's implemented on a larger scale. This change isn't just about technology. It's a social, psychological, and deeply personal shift. But there's no need to panic, as long as we start preparing now. What can we do? Keep learning. Grow creativity. Develop empathy. These are skills that robots don't have, at least not yet. And we need to talk about this, at home, in schools, and in politics, because robots might replace us in the workforce. But whether we become useless, that's still up to us. We can build a future where work isn't an obligation, but an option. Where we create, help, learn, not because we must, but because we want to. How would your life look if you never had to work again? Would you be excited or terrified? Let me know in the comments. And if this video got you thinking, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. You won't just help this channel, you'll help spread a conversation that really matters.